The other issue is that I don't really have the right pans for this. And I'm not really willing to invest in new pans because I'm not making any money doing this. Some of my videos only get like, 4 views, and 2 of them are like me and my husband and my children.
This is Teresa Figures It Out. I'm finally doing all the things I've been putting off. Stop daydreaming and start doing with me. I'm Teresa. Every video, I tackle something I've been meaning to try, learn, cook, or finish, because we only get one life. Come figure it out with me.
Hey, welcome back to Teresa Figures It Out. This is the Making Every Great British Baking Show Bake series. On this episode, I will be working on season 5, episode 4, which was dessert week. I'll be doing the technical challenge, which is Mary Berry's tiramisu cake. There's a couple of considerations for this bake. We're going to be using self-raising flour. If you've seen any of my other episodes in this series, I've had problems with self-raising flour because we don't have self-raising flour in the US. We have self-rising flour. And the biggest difference between the two is the addition of salt in the US self-rising flour. In my very first episode in this series, I had a disastrous cake. If you haven't seen that, you should go back and watch that. It's when I was doing a Swiss roll cake, and I'm pretty sure it was because of the flour. I don't know. Could it just be my lack of skills? That's totally possible. So I'm going to attempt to make my own self-raising flour, which I think is going to be totally easy and totally fine. I think that's going to be the only real, sorry. The other issue is that I don't really have the right pans for this. And I'm not really willing to invest in new pans because I'm not making any money doing this, at least not yet. I'm probably really far away from that because some of my videos only get like, 4 views, and 2 of them are like me and my husband and my children. So I'm not going to buy new pans. My pans are just going to be a little off. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. If it ruins it or if I can figure it out, whatever it is. If you are new, welcome to my channel. This is Teresa Figures It Out. I'm basically trying to be a better person. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to meet some of my goals. I'm trying to get some stuff off of my to-do list. I'm trying to learn new skills. And I have several series where I'm doing that. And I also want to encourage you to do that as well. I have this series where I'm making all the great British baking show recipes because I really want to learn how to do all these different styles of baking. And I also have a series where I'm making all of my saved meals. I have a series where I'm finishing to-do lists. And I recently just started a series where I am learning how to play guitar, which is a 20-year in the making skill for me. I would really appreciate if you could subscribe, like, comment, do all those things that help the engagement on my channel, and come back and watch all my other series. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my, let me back up. Okay, this is a tiramisu cake. I love tiramisu. I've made a traditional tiramisu several times, and you make it with lady fingers. This one is not made with lady fingers. It's made with a sponge cake that you have to cook pretty thin and then chop it thin and then layer it, which is probably going to be hard for me because I'm not good at cutting things like that horizontally. I've had problems with that. I don't know. I don't have the patience for it or something. I don't know. Who knows? I have a problem with that. Besides that, it has the rest of the traditional tiramisu. It has some brandy in it is what I'm using. That's what the recipe calls for. And coffee and mascarpone and chocolate. Just a fun little fact about me. I am an army brat and I lived in Italy for 2 years in Vicenza, Italy. Shout out to Vicenza kids if there's anybody there. Hello, I went to school there too. And I loved tiramisu when we lived in Italy. It was my favorite dessert. whenever we had gelato, I would always get the tiramisu gelato. My brother would get pistachio gelato, which is also delicious. And I would get the tiramisu gelato, and they're really good together. 1 scoop of pistachio and 1 scoop of tiramisu. Delicious. You should definitely try that. Okay. Anyways, enough about me. So the first thing I'm going to do, I need to do is to grease a Swiss roll tin. Again, I don't have a Swiss roll tin. It's supposed to be 14 by 10. I'm going to see what I can find that is going to work out to eventually go into a square tin. I do have a square pan, but this one's supposed to be 7 inches, and I think mine is 6 inches. So I'm just going to try and figure it out. And then I'm going to start putting my sponge together. I'm going to get my eggs and my sugar in a bowl with an electric mixer. I hate my electric mixer. If you've seen any of my other episodes, you will know that. It's very loud and it makes things go all over the place, and I don't like that. And then I'm going to sift the flour into it and fold it in. And I think this calls for 100 grams of flour. And I just looked up a really quick recipe. I think I just need a teaspoon of baking powder with 100 grams. I'll double check that before I do that, but that's what I think is going to happen. Okay, I'm going to get started. Okay. I'm having problems deciding. So I have these 3 square pans. None of them are the right size. This one is about 7 3/4 inches, which is the smallest one that I have. And all of the other, well, I guess I could do a 14 by 10 baking pan, but I'm afraid that then it's going to spread too much. No, 14 by 12 is what it would be, right? But then I'm afraid it'll spread too much, and then it will be too thin, and then I won't be able to cut it. I don't know. This isn't rocket science. I'm not curing anything. It's fine. If I have to piece stuff together, it's going to be fine. It's going to taste like tiramisu, and everyone's going to eat it. But I don't have the right pans. Okay? That's what I decided. All right. I don't understand why. Oh, wait, maybe this, well, no, this is a little, okay. This one's like 16 by 12. This one's like 17. No, it's really big. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know why this is so important to me. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with the lasagna pan. And then if I have to just piece stuff together, I don't know. Someday I'll get regular pans. Okay, now that I've decided, I'm supposed to grease this and then put parchment on it. And I wonder if I'm supposed to grease the parchment, because I had problems with it coming off of the parchment last time. I don't know. Whatever. Which I just knew and had more confidence, but I don't. Oh, man.
Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Alrighty, my cake came out and it does have a really good rise on it, as you saw.
Editing Teresa here. This is when I discovered that my microphone was cutting out. I have such problems with microphones, I really just need to get a new one. I have no idea what I was saying here, but I think I was talking about the next part in the process, which was to dissolve the coffee in the boiling water and then add the brandy. Next, I put the mascarpone cheese in a large bowl and I beat it until smooth. Then I added the cream and the icing sugar to make a cream spreadable frosting.
And the Cello has cleared the tower.
Whoopsies!
Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Oops. Okay, well, I messed up and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough cake for the size that I have. So I'm gonna need to make this smaller. Or I could put it in a loaf pan instead. Maybe that's what I'll do. But regardless, I'm gonna have to piece stuff together. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Maybe I'll make 2 loaf pans because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so what I decided to do is just to make this square pan a little bit smaller by putting foil in here as an obstruction. I don't know if that's gonna work out. But yeah, that's my plan.
All right, I went and picked my kids up from school. I need to start assembling this. I still need to grate my chocolate. That's the only thing that I have left to do for the assembly part. Then I need to assemble the cake, and I'm a little worried because I had to make this like fake thing. And then also because I think it's going to be too high. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, and I'm feeling really flustered with my day. But I'm going to go ahead and get going on that. So the first thing I'm going to do, oh, and then then the cake has to cool for an hour at least in the fridge. And when it does that, there is chocolate work associated with this. So I'm going to have to put my chocolate in a double boiler and then bring it up to a certain temperature and then cool it down to a certain temperature in order to make shapes with it. Yeah, there's a lot to do. All right, I'm going to get going on that. All right, I've grated the chocolate. I'm going to start assembling. I need to do cake, then the coffee mixture, coffee brandy mixture, and then the mascarpone, and then chocolate, and then do it all over again 4 times, essentially. Oh, this is incredible, by the way. Yum. I love mascarpone so much. Oh, just eat this whole thing. Okay, here we go.
41B, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Nice to be in orbit. Looking 41B, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Nice to be in orbit.
Okay, so it's way overflowing, and I definitely had to piece together pieces of cake. You know, she's not perfect. The next thing you have to do is to put a crumb coat on the top with the mascarpone and then top the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, the next thing I need to do is get a double boiler going for my chocolate. Let's see. So I need to get the chocolate up to 127 and then cool down to 88. So I'm going to get started with that. Okay, so I melted my chocolate down to 128, and then you put just not melted chocolate into it as well, and you need to get it to 88. It's actually getting close already. In the meantime, I'm going to get started setting up my station to make my chocolate figures. So she says just use parchment paper as a piping bag. So I'm going to do that. And then to pipe them onto parchment paper, but I'm actually going to pipe mine onto wax paper instead. because I just feel like it's less sticky, but I don't know, whatever. It probably doesn't matter. And I want to try some hearts, and then I also want to try to do some like arched kind of things on a glass or a bottle or something like that. So I have to find that, and I'm going to get that all going. This is actually taking a long time to cool down. While I'm doing that, let's do a short dive into tempering chocolate, why you have to bring it up to temperature and then down to temperature, and then maybe also throw in a little bit of a shallow dive on the history of tiramisu.
Tempering chocolate is the process of melting, cooling, and reheating chocolate to specific temperatures to stabilize the cocoa butter crystals. This ensures a glossy, firm, and snappy finish that resists melting at room temperature and prevents whitish streaks. I must not have done something right because my chocolate was definitely melting. According to this, to temper, heat chocolate to 110 degrees, which I did, then cool to 80 degrees, which I did, but then this says to warm it slightly to 88 degrees to ensure only the best stable crystals. Tiramisu is a modern Italian dessert, likely originating in the late 1960s or early 1970s in Treviso, Veneto. The name means pick-me-up and refers to the high-energy ingredients of espresso, cocoa, and mascarpone. Most accounts say it was invented at the restaurant La Becceria in Treviso, Italy by Roberto Linguinato and Alba di Pio Campiel. The dessert gained international popularity in the 1990s, particularly in the United States.
Okay, I finally got it down to temperature. Might hear my family in the background. We have a lot going on. We have 2 practices today, and anyway, lots of things, and some friends unexpectedly coming over. So I made this into a little piping bag. I'm going to try and get the chocolate into here, and then I'm going to try some shapes and then put this in the refrigerator.
Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Okay, that was a disaster, kind of. I don't know. I'll show you, but yeah, it's very abstract. The tiramisu has been chilling for about an hour, and my really terrible chocolate shapes have been chilling for about 20 to 25 minutes, something like that. I need to go relieve my husband. He took our middle son to practice, and then I need to go swap with him so that I could finish this. And then I have to take him to a different practice. And then we have these friends that are unexpectedly coming. And then I have to come back, and then I have to make dinner. Whew, it's a lot. I'm feeling like it's a lot. And I really hope that this cake works out. Okay, I'm going to bring it out. We'll see. And I need to dust it with chocolate and then put the chocolate shapes on it and give her a taste. Okay, that's how much farther up on the tin that it needed to go. Okay, I hope it comes out. Wish me luck. I don't really know how I'm going to get the bottom out. Oh. Well, that didn't start out well. Oh no. Okay, maybe if I take this off, maybe I can get under it. It's like it's too heavy for the parchment. Okay. All right. Woo, she's a monster. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. Let's see if I can get the parchment off. Yeah, it definitely doesn't have like that really pretty, like evenness to it. Don't know if I can get all the parchment off of it. Smells really good. I can smell that brandy. Okay. How do we get this bottom one off? Okay, it's kinda coming. Yeah, I don't think this is probably the way that you're supposed to do that. It's falling apart. Okay. Wow, what a mess. Okay. Uh-huh. Let me wash my hands. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center it. And then I'm gonna kind of cut it so that I can give my family some, and then that'll make it look more rectangular, like it's supposed to look. Well, I mean, I think they're supposed to be square, but this one's going to be rectangular. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be more square. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. I'm so indecisive. Ah! Oh no. I'm going to clean up the sides. It's really yummy. I'm going to clean up the sides. Now I'm going to dust it with chocolate. And then we'll see if my little, oh gosh. Yeah, whatever. I'm not Mary Berry, okay? That's for sure. Okay, let's see. This was totally rolling around. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get these off. I don't know, it seemed like that was a good idea, but maybe it wasn't. Okay, see if that's gonna come off. How do you get it off? No, that's just gonna fall apart. I don't understand what you're supposed to do. Sorry. Ah, no, it's not working. Okay, well, it didn't really work the way that I envisioned. Gotta just add that to all the more things that I need to work on. Okay, let's see if I can get any of these hearts off. Oh, okay. Well, this heart's, no, it's not coming off. Okay, it's definitely abstract. Yeah, maybe this just wasn't cool enough. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, I'll show you what we have, and then we'll give it a little bit of a taste. My hand is covered in chocolate. All right. I'm going to try to give this a taste. Some chocolate on it. It's a big old bite. It's a very good mascarpone. I added a little bit more sugar. I mean, it's a very good tiramisu. I added a little bit more sugar to the whipped cream mixture, and I don't think it's enough. I think it needed a bit more sugar, actually. That's really good, though. Yeah, pretty yummy. Very rich. Okay, well, I'm going to give that one a thumbs 3/4. I tried really hard. There was definitely some skills that were a little bit difficult for me. And taste-wise, I feel like it needs more sugar, personally. And yeah, well, you know, womp womp. Oh man, I hope you come back and see me next time. The showstopper challenge for the desserts is a baked Alaska. So that should be really interesting and fun. I do want to keep eating it. So that shows that it's not like, it's pretty good. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Okay, bye-bye. See you later. And watch all my other series. And okay, I hope that was good enough. See? Yay. I'll go back here. It's something. Okay, I'm going to put this one in here. Oh no.